Well, you just simply say, if I understand the question, what do you say when someone asks what is racism? You just simply say racism is white supremacy. And you say white supremacy for what purpose? And say white supremacy is a system, a world system that covers all 9 areas of activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war. White supremacy covers all of those areas of activity in interaction between white people and the non-white people, people that the white supremacists classify as non-white, because sometimes they switch around. The white supremacists do all kinds of things. They'll say that someone is white one day, and then 2 or 3 years later, 2 or 3 minutes later, they'll say the person is non-white. It depends on what's convenient for them. That's what racism is. It's all about color. And what color you are, because the white supremacists are supreme, they make the decisions about who is going to be classified this particular minute as white or non-white. They will pick a person who is what you might call a person who has what many people would say has swarthy skin, a dark complexion. But the white supremacists will say, oh, but that person is white. That person is classified as white. They appear to have, what you call a dark complexion, but they're really Caucasian. You say, well, what's Caucasian? Caucasian is white. You say, well, the person doesn't look Caucasian to me. The person looks like, I got some people in my family, and I've always been a black person and whatnot. We got people in my family that look like that person that you say is Caucasian. And they'll say, what did I say? See, that's white supremacy. In other words, they can't be overruled. That's how you know they're supreme. There's nobody to overrule them. There's nobody who has that kind of muscle. If you want to use mafia terms, or what they call organized crime, that's the biggest criminal organization that the world has ever known. It's called the system of white supremacy. It's a criminal enterprise. Why? It's just designed to mistreat people based on color, and that's criminal. Why is it criminal? Because it doesn't make sense except within the realm of criminality. You're going to mistreat people in all areas of activity based on color. Now, you don't have to say all this, but if you understand all this, you can just simply say white supremacy is racism. Racism is white supremacy. And if you want to know what it does, it dominates and mistreats people based on color. It is the world government. You just simply say you're a victim of white supremacy because you're a person of color, if you are a person of color, or a person who is classified as non-white. You say, why am I classified as non-white? I can be classified as being 6'1" or 5'9", or I can be classified as a person who has a college degree, or a person that doesn't have one, or a person that lives on such and such a street. There's all kinds of classifications you can give for people. So somebody gave me a classification called color. And they say, you are not white. And so naturally you would ask, okay, so I'm not white, so what does that mean? Oh, that means you're eligible to be mistreated by somebody who is white. Eligible to be mistreated? Eligible to be dominated and mistreated by somebody who is quote unquote white? Yep, that's what it is. Sorry about that, old chap, but that's the way it is. Because that is, in simple language, all that it is. You're eligible to be dominated and mistreated by anybody who is classified as white if you are classified as non-white in the system of white supremacy. That's obvious, because that's the way you explain it. You just simply say, I'm a victim of this. I didn't know that I was non-white or classified as non-white or Negro. I've been called colored, then the N-word, and that's what all of that meant. That's your classification, fella. I mean, I said, well, I thought my name was Neely Fuller. Yeah, that's your name, but you also have a title that goes in front of that. All right? Just like in the novel Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, you have a character called what? Jim. But he's got a title in front of that. And what did they call him? Well, Negro Jim. Only they didn't say Negro.
Wow.
It's the N-word. All right? N-word first, then Jim next. That's distinguished between him and all the white Jims out here. J-I-M. Okay? In Hannibal, Missouri, according to Mark Twain's Huckleberry Finn in the novel, a fictional novel based on basically truth.